Good morning. We'll start session 2 on chapter surface area and volume. So today's session is about, it's about a combination of solid, but we will start with volume. So yesterday we studied about surface area. The same concept we are going to apply here. Try to take common and then solve it. A solid is in the shape of a cone. So standing on a hemisphere. So it is standing on a hemisphere. First let me draw a cone. Okay. So this is radius. This is h. So first I will write about hemisphere. A solid is in the shape of a cone standing on a hemisphere with both their radii being equal to 1 centimeter. So radius is equal to 1 centimeter. Then cone, if I have to talk about, its radius is also 1 centimeter. Apart from this, what they have given, and height of the cone is equal to its radius. Height is also equal to 1 centimeter. Find the volume of the solid in terms of pi. That means answer should be in terms of pi. Volume of the solid. Volume sums are quite simple because we are just going to add up the volumes. Is equal to volume of hemisphere plus volume of cone. Write the correct formulas for hemisphere and cone. Volume of hemisphere is 2 by 3 pi r cube plus volume of cone formula is 1 by 3 pi r square h. See what best you can take common. You can take 1 by 3 common, pi common, r square common. Okay. What will remain inside? 2r plus 1 by 3 pi is there, r square is there, h will remain. Keep pi as it is. 1 by 3 pi into 1 of 2 into 1 plus 1. So this is pi by 3 of, so this will be 2 plus 1, 3. Answer is in terms of pi. It is a volume, children, so it should be pi cubic units is the answer. So did we give the answer in terms of pi? Yes, we got it in terms of pi. Very simple, it was the first one. Let's quickly go with the next one. Second one I am marking for homework. I will just give you the figure and I will tell you what. It's a direct question. Rachel, an engineering student, was asked to make a model shaped like a cylinder with 2 cones attached to its ends. So she was asked to make some cylindrical conical model like this, whose ends are attached like a conical part. Using a thin aluminium sheet, the diameter of the model is 3 cm. Diameter is given, find radius, that is r by 2. 3 by 2, and its length is 12. The whole length is 12. If this whole length is 12 from here, 12 centimeter. Right? Diameter is 3 by 2. So radius, you know what you have to find. If the cone has a height of 2 centimeter, this cone height is 2 centimeter. So what will be this measure, children? This will be 12 minus 4. Height of the cylinder will be 8 centimeter, right? Now you know height of the cylinder, radius of the cylinder, radius of the cone, height of the cone. Find the volume of the air contained in that model. Now here what will happen, sometimes you should know what, see they have given air contained, the space occupied in that model. Volume. How do you find? Volume of the model is equal to, or volume of air contained in the model is equal to volume of the cylinder plus volume 2 into volume of cone. Substitute the values and find it a direct one. Second one, I am marking it for homework. Dimensions I have already given it to you. You can do it. Third one. A gulab jamun contains a sugar syrup up to about 30% of its volume. Now when we talk about a gulab jamun here, can you see the shape of the gulab jamun? So according to them, the gulab jamun shape is like this. It is not usual round. It is cylindrical with two spheres attached. And assuming that all gulab jamuns are of the same shape. A gulab jamun contains a sugar syrup about 30% of its volume. I mean, if you know the volume of one gulab jamun, it will contain the syrup of 30% of its whole volume, total gulab jamun's volume. Find approximately how much syrup would be found in 45 gulab jamuns, each shaped like a cylinder with two hemispherical ends with length 5 cm. So each hemispherical ends with length 5 cm and diameter 2.8 cm. So let me just draw this, considering it as a figure. So these are hemispherical ends. I will write first about hemisphere. Hemisphere, we have a diameter of the hemispherical end is 2.8 centimeter. Therefore, radius is 2 ones are 2 fours are 1.4 centimeter. That's all is given. Then cylinder. What is the length? 5 centimeter is the length of the gulab jamun. Cylinder radius is equal to 1.4 centimeter. Height is equal to total is 5 minus. If this is 1.4, this is also same thing. 1.4 only, no? 1.4 plus 1.4. So this will be 5 minus 2.8. So height will be 2.2. I will write here 2.2 and this part R is 1.4. I am going to erase this part now because I require the board for calculation. Okay. Dimensions are anyhow known. Radius is known. Height is known. That's more than enough for us to find the volume. Now, let us start. Volume of one gulab jamun is equal to volume of cylinder. See, what we can also do is volume of hemispherical end plus volume of cylinder plus volume of another hemispherical end. That way also we can write. I will write it as volume of cylinder plus 2 into volume of hemisphere. Now volume of a cylinder formula is pi r square h plus 2 into volume of a hemisphere formula is 2 by 3 pi r cube. What best you can take common here? Check. You can take pi r square common, h plus 4 by 3 r. Okay. If you want to take common, take LCM now only and write it. It will be better. Pi r square of 3h plus 4r divided by 3. I took pi r square common. So we got inside it as, after taking 4r plus 3h divided by 3. Now substitute. Now in this particular sum we have to be very careful in calculation. You just can't finally multiply. You will see as I proceed with this sum. 22 by 7 into r. R is how much? 1.4. Now instead of 1.4, r is equal to 1 by 4. Can I write this as 14 by 10? As I told you from the previous exercise, I'm keeping on telling you that take r as a fraction, easy for calculation. Decimal I converted. So 2 sevens are 2 fives are. Can I consider r as here 7 by 5, right? So r square 7 by 5 into 7 by 5. Okay, r, how did I take that in terms of fraction? 3h. H is how much? 2.2. That also, if you want, I'll write here once again. H is equal to, you can do this conversions there only. 2.2, that is 22 by 10. 2 11s are 2 5s are. That is much easy. 3 into 11 by 5 plus 4 into 7 by 5 divided by 3. Okay. Here you can just cancel 7 and 7. 22 into 7 divided by 5 into 5. So 3 11s are 33 upon 5 plus 7 fours are 28 upon 5. Reciprocal if I take this as 3 by 1, so this will be 1 by 3. Don't multiply with this. First we have to finish this part here, because the reciprocal part will come later, or else we'll take it later only. Otherwise we'll sit and multiply this. Divided by 3 part, it is as it is here. So this is, keep as it is, don't multiply. 22 by 7 into 5 into 5, 33 plus 28, you will get that as 61 by 5 into 1 by 3. Now it is clear. Check if anything you can cancel. Nothing you can cancel here. Keep the answer like that only. Therefore, volume of 1 gulab jamun, because this is not your final answer. What you have to find the final answer? Find the approximate volume, find approximately how much syrup would be found in that. Syrup we have to find. So this is not the final. Volume of 1 gulab jamun is equal to 22 into 7 into 61 divided by 5 into 5 into 5 into 3. It's in terms of centimeter, everything, yes, centimeter cube. Right? I'll just write the answer part here. 22 into 7 into 61 divided by 5 into 5 into 3. This is volume of 1 gulab jamun. Now volume of how many such gulab jamuns I have to find? I have to find volume of such 60, volume of such I have to find 45 gulab jamuns. So what we will do? We will just rub this, we will find that into 45. No cancellations again, just multiply that by 45. I'll write here now. Therefore, volume of 45 gulab jamuns is equal to, same thing you write here, 22 into 7 into 61 divided by 5 into 5, oh, one more 5 we had here, no? Into 5 into 3 into 45, yeah, multiplied by 5, 61 by 5 also was there. So into 45. Five ones are 5 nines are, 3 ones are, 3 threes are. Again, keep the answer as it is. Don't do further calculation. 22 into 7 into 61 divided by 5 into 5, centimeter cube. Understood? We found first volume of 1 and now we found volume of 45. So this is 3 is missing, I think here. 3 into. Okay. 22 into 7 into 61 into 3 divided by 5 into 5. That's all. Next part. One gulab jamun contains the sugar syrup about 30% of its volume. Find approximately how much sugar syrup would be found in 45 gulab jamuns. Now write. Given volume of syrup, where it is here, S. Volume of syrup in 45 gulab jamuns is equal to 30% of its volume. Now see, this we could have done by for one gulab jamun is equal to 30% of its volume. Now 45 gulab jamun already we have calculated. So with respect to 45 gulab jamuns only, we will consider 30% of its volume. Very simple now. 30% of its volume. 30% means what? 30 by 100 of its volume. 3 into 22 into 7 into 61 divided by 5 into 5. 1010. Further calculations when you do it here. 30% of its volume. Multiply that. So this is 3 3s are 9 into 22 into 7 into 61 divided by or 250. 5 5s are 25 into 10. You can cancel it also later or keep it also as it is. I want to keep this as it is. Why? Because see, I could have just done here, cancel this part or anything with 5 or in decimal. I just want you to remind the first chapter in real numbers, we had a sum where we had a denominator in terms of 2 raised to n and 5 raised to n. If any given number is in this format, that means the given number is terminated decimal, right? Or how do you know that the given number is terminated? We actually made it as a terminating decimal by multiplying it with something. Did we do that? The same principle we are going to use here. Otherwise, the sum will be the most lengthiest one. Okay? Only multiply the numerator part here. So when you multiply the numerator totally, you are going to get the answer as you're going to get the answer as 84546 divided by 250. 84546 divided by 250. Now what usually comes to your mind is here, do the calculations with respect to 2 and find, but we will not do. Very simple calculations. You have to only struggle. See, in the whole sum, you have not done any calculations. I mean any calculation in the sense, you went on keeping this number as it is, either of very small number you cancelled. Till here you arrived at this. Now at least now 9 into 22 into 7 into 61. Do that one calculation. Final calculation you will get this answer. Denominator like this only. This, how do you make the denominator in terms of zeros? We have learned this in first chapter. How do I make 250 in terms of 0? I can multiply this by 4. I can multiply this by 4. Yes, I get denominator in terms of 1000 now. Multiply 84546 into 4. You will get 338184 divided by 1000. Shift the decimal. 338.184. Approximately it is 338. Centimeter cube. This is how we actually calculate. I hope it is very clear. From the beginning, what we do is we find volume of 1 gulab jamun. Then we find volume of such 45 gulab jamuns. Then according to them, each gulab jamun has a syrup of 30% of its volume. I directly calculated for 45 gulab jamuns syrup in that. That is 30% of its volume is 45 gulab jamun's volume. There also we have not done any calculations. We brought it till the end. Finally we calculated. Denominator we got it as 250. Simple, I know. First thing comes to your mind is to divide it. But at least remember this one type of sum is the most lengthiest sum in calculation, and I have seen children, most of them going wrong here. Apply this. At the last you can do it. These all tricks have to be remembered, children, because we use that in real numbers. Why? Because we can apply that somewhere, and that is how we have applied it. So we got the answer easily. Our only thing was to calculate this once and this second time. That's all two major calculations what we have done till now. Answer is 338. So volume of syrup approximately in 45 gulab jamun is 338 centimeter cube. Okay, quite a lengthy sum, but if you do it systematically, you will get the answer right. From the beginning itself, you go on multiplying, dividing till the end. You will never get the answer like that, because you will mess up one or the other division or multiplication here. Next one. Fourth one. A pen stand made of wood is in the shape of a cuboid with 4 conical depressions to hold the pen. You've seen the figure is already given. The dimensions of the cuboid are, so one is of a cuboid here. So length, the dimensions of the cuboid are 15 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 3.5 centimeter. The radius of each depression is, it's of the cone form, right? So R is equal to 0.5 centimeter and depth is 1.4. For volume, we do not require slant height, which we know. Find the volume of the entire wood stand. So volume of entire wood stand is equal to total volume of the wood stand. If I have to find how much it would be, it would be volume of a cuboid minus volume of the conical depressions. That will give me volume of the wood stand, because if I subtract these two. But how many conical depressions? Minus 4 into volume of cone or conical depressions, you can write. Volume of a cuboid is length into breadth into height, minus volume of the cone formula is 4 into 1 by 3 pi r square h. Formulas have to be remembered here. 1 r, 1 h, something missing, you will go wrong. So substitution part, nothing you can take common here. This is as good as solving it. Now I will not do the calculations, children, here. I will only give you the answers part. So volume of the cuboid you will get something as 525, and volume of the 4 conical depressions you get 1.47. So final answer is 523.53 centimeter cube. Please go ahead with the usual calculation. Length into breadth into height minus, substitute as it is. Now please look for pi value everywhere. Till they mention, they sometimes give that use pi as 3.14. Otherwise, use pi as 22 by 7. Fifth one. A vessel is in the form of an inverted cone. Its height is 8 centimeter. So a vessel is in the form of an inverted cone whose height, inverted cone is like this, what we can draw. So this is a vessel. So first we'll write about the cone. whose height is 8 centimeter and radius of its top, which is open, is 5 centimeter. Okay, it is filled with water to the brim. Brim is till the neck. Till the neck of the cone, water is filled. When the lead shots, each of sphere of radius 0.5 centimeter are dropped in this. Now what are we doing? We are dropping small lead shots. Lead shots are nothing but spheres. Okay, those lead shots are dropped. So 1/4 of the water flows out. Find the number of lead shots dropped. That means, for example, just assume I am dropping one big lemon or a big ball into this. 1/4 of the water splashes out. So I know that when I drop one big ball, 1/4 of the water splashes out. What if I just drop a small lemon? That means that much of water will not splash. Suppose if I drop around 4 lemons, that time 1/4 of water splashes out. Similarly here, we are dropping the lead balls. When we drop how many lead balls, 1/4 of the water splashes out. That is what we have to find. First, lead ball, when we talk about, it is nothing but a sphere. So sphere has a radius of 0.5 centimeter. So let us first write, let n be the number of lead shots. So according to the question, we are going to do it directly at one go only. So according to the question, n into volume of lead shot is equal to 1/4 into volume of water in the cone. Right? First of all, volume of the water in the cone is nothing but volume of the vessel. Volume of the water is nothing but volume of the cone. So number of lead shots are how many? That is nothing but 1/4 of the volume of the cone. That means 1/4 water which is splashing out. Substitute. So volume of sphere lead shot is equal to 4/3 pi r cube is equal to 1/4 into volume of a cone. Formula is 1/3 pi r square h. 3 and 3 will get cancelled. Pi and pi will get cancelled. Okay. Remaining r and r won't cancel because they are different. Now, sphere is 5, right? We can write that as 5/10. 5/10 also can also be written as 1/2, but still we'll keep that 5 because here also radius is 5. Easy for cancellation. It can be written 1/2, but still we'll keep it as 5/10 only. So n into 4 into 5/10, 5/10 into 5/10 is equal to 1/4 into 5 into 5 into 8. 2 5 here, 2 5 here will get cancelled, right? Shift this side everything. N is equal to, so 1 into 8 in the numerator, denominator we have 4. From here what all will come to the denominator? 4 into 5 will come in the denominator. What all will go in the numerator? 3/10 will go in the numerator. So 5 ones are 5 twos are 10. 2 ones are 2 twos are 4. 2 ones are 2 fours are 8. 4 and 4 will get cancelled. What remained? 10 into 10. N is equal to 100. Calculation became very simple here. Rather, if you would have calculated first volume of lead shot, then 1/4 volume of cone, then substituted, directly we got it because we could cancel so many things. And one more thing was because I took this in fraction. I purposely kept that as 5/10 only instead of 1/2 because I have already radius as 5 here, which I can just cancel them, right? N is equal to 10. That means when I drop 100 lead shots into this conical vessel, which is filled with water, 1/4 of the water splashes out. Next one, 6th one. Volume sums are simple because there is only finding total volume it would be. But a bit of more calculation sometimes. And figure is very important in these sums to draw because it is a combination of solid. You need to understand first what is given and how. Solid iron pole consists of a cylinder of a height 220 centimeter. So, which is surmounted by another cylinder of height 60 centimeter and radius. So, this is the solid iron pole. A solid iron pole consists of a cylinder of height 220 centimeter and a base diameter of 24 centimeter, which is surmounted by another cylinder, on this on top it will be there. It is fixed actually. Another cylinder of height 60 centimeter and radius of 8 centimeter. Find the mass of the pole given that 1 centimeter cube of iron has approximately 8 grams of mass. Now mass we can find with respect to what? First find the volume. Okay. Then because 1 centimeter of iron has 8 grams of mass they have given. Let us first find how many centimeter cube of mass, how many centimeter cube of this is present, volume is present in this, iron's volume. So, cylinder 1 and cylinder 2, or it is a pole, which is a cylinder only. A solid pole consists of a cylinder of height, so H is equal to H1 I will write is equal to 220 centimeter. B1 is equal to 24 centimeter, therefore R1 is equal to 12 centimeter. Then another cylinder. So H2 is equal to 60 centimeter and R2 is equal to 8 centimeter. Volume of solid I will write, that is total. Volume of pole plus volume of cylinder. Pole is also a cylinder only, but still as what they have given, we will write it in that manner. So formula pi r square h. So this is R1 H1. Pi r square h. So this is R2 H2. To tell that both R1 and H2 are both R and H is different. Only take pi common because rest everything will change. R1 is what here? 12 into 12 into H is 220 plus, or we had to first write the formula, right? Yeah. R1 square of H1 plus R2 square of H2. Yes, use pi as 3.14. So R1 is how much? 12 into 12 into 220 plus R2 is 8 into 8 into H is 60. If you want in the numbers form, you can still take common and do, or multiply this, add that, multiply that with 3.14. Calculation part is left to you children. I will just give you the answer here because this which I have done, I think further you can do it. So when you add this, multiply this together, you will get 111532.8 centimeter cube. Volume of the total solid is 111532.8 centimeter cube. I will just erase this because further sum I have to calculate. 111532.8. Okay. Let us see further what they have asked in the sum. We should always know that mass is always given in terms of kg. That's we have learnt in physics. So, given 1 centimeter cube of iron has 8 grams of mass. That is 8 by 1000 kg mass. Correct? I converted this in terms of kg. 1 centimeter cube of iron has 8 by 1000 kg mass. Therefore, 111, this is centimeter cube, no? Volume what we have find? 111,532.8 centimeter cube has how much mass? Cross multiply. 111,532.8 into 8 divided by 1000. Shifting decimals and multiply that by 8. So you will get the answer as 892.26 kg. Okay. 7th one. A solid consists of a right circular cone of height 60 cm standing on a hemisphere of radius 60 cm, placed upright in a circular cylinder full of water. That means I have a cylinder which is filled with water, right, which touches the bottom. Find the volume of the water left in the cylinder if the radius of the cylinder is 60 cm and height is 180. Radius of the cylinder is 60 cm and height of the cylinder is 180 cm. What they have given? A solid consists of a right circular cone of height 120 and a radius standing on a hemisphere. So what has happened here is there is a hemisphere. So if this is a hemisphere which is actually there in the cylindrical part. On this a cone is there. Okay. I have inserted this solid figure into the cylindrical cylindrical thing what I have, which is filled with water. When I insert that solid thing inside the cylinder, there will be some amount of water going out, right, splashing out. They have not asked us that. They have asked us after you insert that, how much water is remained in the glass cylindrical vessel. That means, first of all, I should know total volume of the cylindrical vessel minus volume of the solid will give me the water remaining in the solid, right? That is what we have to find. Let's write the dimensions very clearly now. So, first we will write about cylinder. 7th one. Cylinder height is given as 180 centimeter and radius is given as 60 centimeter. So radius means even this will come. Next, sphere. Hemisphere, sorry. What should be the radius of hemisphere? Of course, radius of hemisphere should also be 60 centimeter. It has to be. Next, cone. Now, what should be the radius of the cone? That also should be 60 centimeter. Then what should be the height of the cone? Height of the cone should be how much? This much part is taken by the hemisphere only. So, total height is 180 of the cylinder minus 60, that is equal to 120. So height of the cone is equal to 120 centimeter. Okay. So find the volume. Solid they have given of height. They have already given you, but it's in case if they have not given, we know how to find the height. Though they have given, but still I have written it here. Let's find volume of the water. Left in the cylinder is equal to volume of cylinder minus volume of cone plus volume of hemisphere. So formula we have to substitute here and write. So volume of a cylinder formula will be pi r square. Volume of the cylinder formula will be pi r square h minus volume of the cone plus volume of hemisphere. Volume of cone formula is 1 by 3 pi r square h plus volume of the hemisphere formula is 2 by 3 pi r square. Remembering formula is very important, right? 2 by 3 or this 1 by 3 or 1 r, somewhere it is missing, you will go wrong with the formulas. Now see what best possible you can take common and do it here. If you want, you can take common here because everywhere r is going to be the same thing. If you want overall, you can take pi and r square common here overall. So I can just write pi, because h is only once here, will not touch. Pi r square, if I take common, what will remain here is h minus 1 by 3 h plus 2 by 3. See here, pi r square h is there. I have just taken pi r square common. Into this is pi r square h minus as it is 1 by 3 pi r square h, same thing, 2 by 3 pi r square. Isn't the calculation here so very simple, where only once you substitute and remaining values you have to substitute, right? Left to you children, I am leaving this on you. Only the calculation final answer I will give you. Please try to do such calculations where you will have not much to sit and multiply. Remember this trick and technique always. I'll just give you the final answer here. What you will get? You will get it as 1.131429. Approximately you can shift the decimal to 1.131. It is whole in terms of centimeter, right? Centimeter cube. Okay. And the last one. But be very careful when you take r, h or all things common, it should share the same radius. Like in one of the previous sum, the r was different. We did not take common there. We bifurcated that in terms of r1 and r2. And the last one, 8th one. A spherical glass vessel has a cylindrical neck. So a spherical glass vessel, a round bottom glass, what we have in our laboratory, right? That is something what it is. So this is a cylinder and this is a sphere. A spherical glass vessel has a cylindrical neck of 8 cm long and 2 cm in diameter. The diameter of the spherical part is 8.5 centimeter. Measure what amount of water it holds. A child finds its volume to be so much. Check whether she is correct. So it's a homework part, children. What I will do now is I will only solve and give you the dimensions, and I'll tell you what you have to do it here. Okay. First of all, it's a cylinder. So cylinder height is 8 centimeter, diameter is 2 centimeter, so radius is 1 centimeter. Then sphere. Diameter is 8.5 centimeter, radius is 8.5 divided by 2. Still you want? Convert that into 0 and cancel and do it up to you. This much is done. So volume of the vessel is equal to volume of cylinder plus volume of sphere. Now what you will do, you will apply formula, take common and find the answer. Answer will come in terms of centimeter cubed. Check what answer you will get here. In textbook what they have told is a child finds the answer whose volume is 345. You are not supposed to get the same answer, or you can also get the same answer. Now what you have to check, this is found by a child. Check whether her answer is correct by finding the answer. If you get the same answer, you tell yes, the child's calculation was correct and pi value should be 3.14 here, they have given. So it is correct. If you get a wrong answer here, if you get a different answer, not a wrong answer, right volume if you get, tell the child's measurement was wrongly calculated. That's all, right? I think it's a very simple one, you can mark this for homework. So with this we complete today's session. I want you all to practice the given sums once again along with the homework sums as well as the worked examples. The next session will start with conversion of one solid to another. Suppose if I melt a solid and if I go in for a different solid, what is the difference? Usually you have to remember that whenever a solid is melted and gone to a different form, its volume remains the same. The same thing happens with our gold ornaments. We melt the gold ornament, the volume remains the same, but the size will matter. We will change that to bangle, earring or so many things. But the volume of the gold remains the same. The volume does not change. So when any metal or any substance is recasted into some other thing, melted and formed some other thing, its volume always remains the same. That's what we are going to study in the next session.